Hello and welcome to Lori Labada and my blog today, which is Blogging for You? And this is actually not true for everyone, although we all have really interesting stories and very interesting tips we want to share with people. Not everyone is going to find that blogging is the answer for them. It was for me, and it's actually allowed me to get the chance to connect with a lot of interesting people around the world. And I get the opportunity to write about things that inspire me because that's really the theme that I've gone for, about taking charge and no longer sucking it up. And part of my process is learning a lot about the various different things that I post. I do have a background in marketing, but certainly blogging and vlogging is a little bit new to me, because a lot of what I've done previously has been one-on-one. So taking the leap into vlogging is a very personal decision, but there are certainly benefits to that. So today's article in my blog is about basically whether or not you can judge that this is a good idea for you and what some of those benefits might be. So from a health perspective, actually I found an article written in Scientific America from 2008, and it actually goes over how blogging allows people from a health perspective to remove a lot of stress and to feel a lot better about themselves because of the fact that they get to share a little bit like a diary with people, often in a similar community, about their daily challenges. And actually, I can tell you in all honesty, like my husband has a neurological condition, and a lot of people in his community do write or communicate through blogs about their daily lives because it helps them relate to each other, because we're a lot very separate, but a lot of us deal with very similar challenges, and it's a way, especially if you have certain common interests, to connect with other people. So there are certainly health benefits to blogging. Then there's, of course, personal development. Personal development is fantastic because honestly, when you blog, you become a better writer. You start thinking totally differently because you're looking around for things to inspire you. You're following that information that inspires you to research it in order to learn more about it. Then you're thinking carefully about how really is this a benefit to your audience and how are you best to communicate that with people. So you start sort of thinking in a very different way, which I love. Now, again, that's not for everyone, but from a personal development standpoint, I can honestly say I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more at ease with the information I know because I feel very, very carefully. I know how much time I spent to put together this information for you. So personal development is great, just simply because of what it brings. And I've included actually a link to an article I found, which was fantastic, and it covered 15 reasons or 15 things that it really does benefit for you on a personal standpoint, other than just simply the financial benefit when you do it for business purposes. And lastly, of course, is business. Is it a great idea for business? And for a lot of us who work in networking or who work in sales, it is actually a really great way for your audience to get to know you better, to get to want you to win. Because at the end of the day, companies, there's so many people in so many different companies, so much noise out there. How can you step out from the crowd? How can people connect with you, to want you to work with them, to sell to them, to recommend things to them? Do they trust you? Are you considered an authority figure? Blogging is a way for people to see you beyond just simply an advertising. It's not advertising. It is content marketing. It's part of an attraction marketing strategy, typically used by businesses, individuals, and ways to really open up the door and go far beyond just simply saying, here I am, this is a product. This is where we get the chance to write about things that interest us, that inspire us, and that hopefully will connect with you. So certainly from a business standpoint, when you have a strong marketing strategy, this can fit very well into that. And in my case, it's part of my branding and marketing strategy, and it has allowed me to explore certain things that I really, a year and a half ago, I never thought I would do this, but it's wonderful. And even though I have a marketing background, blogging isn't for everyone because it requires consistent effort. It requires, you can't just blog for blogging's sake. Usually there's a purpose, there's a message you're trying to get out there, and you want to connect to people. So you have to think about where you're going to place the blog. You're going to have to spend some time, money, energy, and really take the time to research the topics that you're going to do, and think carefully about what's going to resonate with your basically your audience. So blogging is a great tool. So if you take a look through my article, a lot of that is about this. I am putting together a marketing strategy ebook that will be available shortly. I'm also going to be posting a blog about tools on how to build a blog. And lastly, I really thank you very much for taking the time to come and join me today. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.